with a link.
All right, man. Welcome to issue 127 of Nerdflow podcast. This is a podcast all about nerding out on the latest and greatest in nerd culture, from video games, anime, pro wrestling, you name it. We talk about it on this show. Tonight we got a couple of our compadres in the building. Some are out ill. We got the Dope Gamer in the building.
What's going on, folks?
We got Mr. Young Fly Didn't the Rest in the building as well.
Yo.
We got Briario.
What's up, people?
And you got myself, Royalty, or I Am Royalty Gaming, whichever you prefer to call me by, as your other host. But yeah, man, so we are here. We took a little bit of break because, we kind of
Had to get
did
shit
it kind of.
together.
We kind of did it like a freaking TV shows do. They come back in January and then they leave again just because the Super Bowl happening. So that's typically how it goes. Never understand it. Why don't you just come back after the Super Bowl instead of coming back before the Super Bowl? Doesn't make any sense. I'm just saying. It's kind of stupid to have one episode and then the next week you ain't on no more. Just saying. Just nerd stuff. But yeah, man, so on this week's episode, we're going to be talking about, it's going to be kind of like, really something like, because since we didn't do anything during I think it was the week of Martin Luther King, so we're going to talk about some of the stuff from Bad Boys. We're going to talk about a lot of the post-crisis stuff, which kind of lines up a little bit really good now because even some of those shows didn't come immediately back on during the new year, and we're gonna get into so much more. This coronavirus holding up a lot of stuff potentially in the future for next gen consoles and all that good stuff. So we are going to get into that very soon. But first, we're gonna get into our normal housekeeping. So yes, you can hit us up on all forms of social media. That is Instagram, Twitter. We also got YouTube. And we also have a Facebook group as well. That'll be the Nerdflow Podcast Facebook group. And for the YouTube, we're trying to hit our 100 subscribers so we can get the official URL for YouTube. So please go over there and check that out. Episodes, once we record them live, go straight to the YouTube feed. So if you got that YouTube Premium and you a baller like that, you can listen to us on YouTube Premium and just the audio version of the show. And Teespring is where you can get yourself 50% off a Nerdflow t-shirt using the promo code NF2020 at checkout. Get yourself 50% off a Nerdflow t-shirt on our behalf. And if you didn't get all of that, all of the links will be in the comments of the show. So, but yeah, man. So we're gonna kick this thing. Oh, I forgot one more thing, because this is kind of something we're going back to. Also, superhero stuff. So, we all nerds. We all like-minded people that listen to the show. If you are looking to get any nerd apparel, whether it be DC, Marvel, whatever you name it, go to superherostuff.com. But also use our special link, and it also helps to support the show. So, all right, people. What is going on? Well, first and foremost, who were y'all for last week? Who did y'all? I know we got some football heads in the building. We got some who not, but who was y'all going for last week?
I just wanted to see a good game. I'm not really big into football, but being that I have some family in the Midwest, Ohio and Kansas City, I wanted to see Chiefs win.
I was going for the Chiefs too. So like everybody was rooting for San Francisco.
Yeah,
I was kind of like.
Typically, most people we want like those teams that like they haven't won a championship in X amount of years. Typically, a lot of the times, that's most of the time the underdog, and that's the team that kind of most people want to win because they haven't won anything in so long. So that's typically the team that a lot of people go with, though.
Yeah, I mean, San Francisco hasn't won the Super Bowl in a while either. They've been to the Super Bowl, but they haven't won the Super Bowl in a while.
Oh, that's right. So. They didn't win that last time they won. I forgot about that. Why did I feel like?
It.
They didn't win. They won like what, back in the 90s when they had
Yeah,
Jerry
last
Rice.
time last time they won was Jerry Rice and Steve Young.
That's what I figured. Yep.
I didn't want to see him win because I don't like how they handle Cap.
Oh yeah.
But still,
Man, that was going to be
joking, but I'm for real.
And I was going to exit off by saying, "Well, I wasn't really here for them. I'm just here for the commercials."
There you go.
Okay, so
speaking
speaking of commercials, okay, I want to know if I'm the only one that felt this way. Briario, I want you to let me chime in on this as well.
Super Bowl
I don't
commercials, then take a step back.
I don't feel the commercials are as
elaborate as they used to be.
Don't try to articulate they trash.
Yeah, but like for example, okay, I look for the movie ones. And maybe it's because the internet tends to spoil that for us now with YouTube and everything. Yep. Because a lot of the trailers that came on, aside from the Disney Plus reveal of like the little short snippet for the new shows that are coming, that was really the only
dropped before the Super Bowl. That was on the internet before the Super Bowl,
and that's exactly what I'm talking about. They drop all of it before it even hits the show. So it's like, kill majority of your viewers
out of it for us.
Huh?
That's for sure. It took the thrill out of it because it's something that we were anticipating. We were ready to see.
Yeah, it's like
okay, don't go anywhere. Don't get off the couch. Keep eating your hot wings and your chips, just because it's coming. But
right.
I got a question. Was the Mulan trailer dropped already on YouTube before they released it?
I think the new trailer dropped like 2 days before, but I didn't even watch it. So when I saw it, it was a shock to me.
Or see anything. I didn't see anything. That's why I was asking if it dropped on Super Bowl night.
I think it dropped a day or so before. I saw it on my YouTube feed. I think it was either from IGN or directly from Marvel. I think one of the two, not Marvel, but Disney.
Yeah.
So I think it did drop prior to. Yeah, it was like that. I was kind of like, oh, seen this James Bond trailer already. Seen the Fast and Furious trailer the day before that. It's like.
What was the point?
It's like, really, yeah. Like, you could have gave me. Let's see. I mean, what's something that's coming out that's really anticipating? I mean, they could have really just. I mean,
we could have got another Ghostbusters trailer.
I feel that.
Yeah, one that was going to show like Dan Aykroyd and all them.
Like, you have another opportunity to give us a second trailer, and that would have been perfect. Like I was all over like the Mulan trailer because I went back to go see it.
I've seen that today. I'm going to see that.
Hey, but you know what the best commercial to me was?
Okay,
was the Walmart delivery commercial because it had it showed like the Ghostbusters, it showed like the Starship Enterprise and other ships. It showed Bill and Ted, you know they movie coming out. It gave hints to a lot of movies that's coming out.
Yeah, I got probably more out of the Walmart commercial than I got out of the actual trailers that showed. Which is sad, but true.
I'll definitely say that the most cringe-worthy commercial was the Jason Momoa commercial.
Oh yeah,
that one was
funny. It was funny as hell though.
It was funny as hell. No, you know what? I can't eat Cool Ranch Doritos no more.
Why?
That Lil Nas X commercial for Cool Ranch Doritos. That just
that ain't gonna stop me from that.
Well, I thought it was funny. It was an entertaining commercial to me. I thought it was funny.
The man mustache did the worm, bro.
That was funny.
Yeah,
whatever the commercials was that last year or year before when Cardi B did the Amazon commercial? That was probably the last greatest because this year it was not, the commercials was not on point.
Right, and then the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh gosh!
So I didn't think he was gonna get as much backlash as he got. But Christian.
Who's giving the backlash?
Okay.
White Christians.
Say what?
Southern white Christians.
I won't say that. I had a conversation about this. I want to clear this one up real quick. All right, so I've heard and seen like moms talking about like I have to explain to my son what this what the word did they use? What I think they even said like when as far as what porn is. I'm like, first of all,
What?
the year before last when what you call it from Maroon 5 had his shirt off.
No, when
And all the soccer moms were like moist. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to calm down.
No, but they talking about Shakira licking her tongue out, and so, you know what her and J-Lo had on. I'm like,
Janet Jackson's titty fell out.
No, like
well, we moved past that.
I'm just saying, if we were gonna go there, I mean, you can't.
I mean, that wasn't even a big deal to me, though. Even when that happened.
Stop being a okay. This is what the Super Bowl halftime show taught me. That if you a single man or if you ain't got no Latino woman, she gonna look good when she get 40. That's what it taught you. Facts.
I mean, the thing is, man, you know, anytime it's somebody that's of some type of culture and they gyrate, it's considered, you know, over sexualized or something. But if it's, you know,
I don't understand
this way.
Racial, but if that was Taylor Swift up there, they would not have that opinion at all.
No, but a lot of people got mad. A lot of I'm just gonna say a lot of Republicans got mad because when J-Lo brought the kids out, they had kids in like little cages.
Yeah, that had a message to it. Yes, it did.
Yeah, it had a message to it, and like the thing is, my thing is, you want to always say keep sport events non-political. If you want sporting events to be non-political, that means the military shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't talk about why Jay-Z and Beyonce didn't stand up during the national anthem.
Oh man!
Yeah. I mean, and Travis Kelce for the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, he took a knee during the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
But ain't nobody talking about that, are they?
No, because he white.
First of all, hold on. Do y'all stand up for the national anthem when you at your homes?
No.
Heck no.
I'm at the house.
I'm sitting down. So I'm like, so what difference does it make?
Like, if we gonna talk about disrespecting the flag, that means people should it is written. It's against the law to wear the flag as apparel.
Trust me, bro. The way this government has done in the past couple of years, y'all disrespect the flag long before somebody took a knee, bro.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So don't try to be calling stuff out now. Let's talk about when you took prayer out to school. I'm just saying, if you want to call out shit. But anyway,
like they try to put prayer back in school. You got to understand, not everybody in a public school is Christian. So like unless you gonna do a Muslim prayer, a Christian prayer, a Catholic prayer. I mean, and you gonna pray in all different religions.
But young. We did that back when that's the thing. That's the problem I have right there with the whole little halftime show thing. All these mothers that made it seem like, oh, this and this and this and that, and why do they have this on? Half of these moms that's talking about this are our age. What era did you grow up in? Because I knew I grew up in the 90s, and we weren't this freaking sensitive about shit.
We definitely were. And then you want to talk about
like what happened?
Nobody had a problem with Michael Jackson grabbing his crotch.
Thank you. What changed? What made these parents so overly sensitive? These people are my age, and I'm like, I'm not that sensitive. Like, what did I not get picked up by the spaceship or something?
Probably not.
I'm glad I missed that shit.
They've been reading too many how to mommy books, and what you should letting other people tell them.
We ain't gonna talk about these moms on trying to not vaccinate their children and end up killing their kids because they don't vaccinate because they freaking ask Jeeves on the Facebook group. But anyway,
don't you bring them non-vaccinated children around me,
man. Oh my! Well, if I ever had children, mine get vaccinated. I'm sorry. We all got vaccinated and we doing just fine.
Right.
But okay, we gonna but no, back to the Super Bowl thing. But yeah, man. I mean, halftime show was fine, man. It was despite what people gonna be people overly sensitive about everything. They're overly sensitive about stuff they shouldn't be oversensitive about, and they should be. There's other stuff they should be sensitive about. They're not sensitive about.
Right.
Best say it that way.
Oh, I was going to say something. I'm gonna leave that alone. I ain't gonna.
My only gripe with the Super Bowl, the halftime show, was who set this up? Who set this up, fam? What y'all doing? Like, I ain't heard nothing from Shakira in ages. And granted, I'm not checking for any Shakira's music. I know J-Lo been putting out some stuff maybe in the past year and a half, but nobody want to see them, bro. Nobody.
Well, you gotta look at it. Right, it was in.
I didn't.
Super Bowl was in Miami. A highly lucky.
Okay, it was gonna be like you either look. You either
bring out Pitbull. Hell,
I would say you either getting Florida or you get Pitbull, bro.
Bring both of them out.
You ain't getting nobody else.
They had DJ Khaled in the halftime commercial, but I feel like he should have been a part of the show.
Like, bro, you ain't getting Ross, you ain't getting Gunplay, you ain't getting none of them boys in the halftime show. No, sir.
They like the Super Bowl. Like you'll never like. I think the last rappers we saw was last year.
Nelly.
Travis Scott was on Super Bowl last.
Oh
year.
yeah.
That's right. He was.
And Andre 3000 was on. Big Boy was on. Super Bowl
Travis Scott
year.
was okay. Travis Scott was the last rapper, but they almost kind of consider him not a rapper, and to a certain extent,
he's pop.
But see, they only did Travis Scott and Big Boy because
they put him in that box because
they
put him in that box because he's a Jenner, and secondly, it was in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but okay, let's move on from that. All right, man.
But y'all know last year they actually tried to get a lot of rappers because the Super Bowl was in Atlanta, and a lot of them turned it down. Like Rihanna turned down the Super Bowl. Like a lot of people turned it down because
political
they didn't want to do because of how they was treating Cap. So
yeah. Oh, speaking of Atlanta and speaking of that, y'all should definitely check out T.I.'s podcast Expeditiously. It is very
about it.
It is very good. The last one they talked about was Dr. Sabi, the doctor that they was talking about that. That was a good episode. They also talked and my Mississippi people. Definitely listen to the one that's it's a 2-part episode about parchment, and they talk about they talk about that they have this. It's T.I. Well, of course it's T.I.'s show, but it's that they got Banner, they got Crit on there all together, and they all talking about it. And also got people that actually on the board that's trying to work this stuff out in parchment and all that good stuff. And then they got the one.
Oh my God.
But no, it's his show's good. I listen to it every week. So definitely check it out. Yes.
So what you was gonna tell him, Royalty?
All right, man. So crossover, man. So the Crises on Infinite Earth is over, and so the shows are back to their regular, normal beat and rhythm. Arrow is finally over. I won't say finally like I want it to be over, but it's over. So what else? So Arrow is over. Then we got stuff going to Soul.
Back on track.
Yeah, I'll kick it off first saying spoiler alert, because if you haven't watched and you haven't caught up about this and spoiler shit. So Arrow basically they basically did a backdoor pilot for episode 9 after Crises to kind of introduce the Arrow and Canary show, all that good stuff. But I know some people are probably wondering how did Laurel and Dinah got to the year 2040. I think Laurel actually was able to, I think the Monitor or I think it was who was it? I think Cisco made her a device to go through time. I think is what it was, or something. It was something of the sorts. But in that current timeline, his daughter, Oliver's daughter, Mia, has no memory of the events, and so it takes Laurel to actually It's a device she used to basically jog her memory of who she is. But long story short, she is dating. She's engaged to in this pilot episode to Diggle's son in the beginning.
Oh, hey, I got breaking news. It just popped up. Winner of the Best Actor award for the Oscars, Joaquin Phoenix for the Joker.
Not surprised.
Huh.
Not surprised. Well, does it
comic book movie actor won Best.
We need a recount. Hugh Jackman. We need a recount. Logan. Saying.
That was a good role, though.
I was just saying, man.
Joaquin.
Joker won another Oscar, Best Original Score.
I still haven't watched Joker yet. I gotta watch.
You gotta see it, man.
Yeah, I still haven't watched it.
I got some reservations for people that don't deal with. If you don't deal with depression, anxiety, and things like that, it might not resonate with you because it's big on mental health. So if you go through any mental health, if you one of those people that really don't, suffer with any type of mental health, or that's not your thing, you probably won't empathize with the character.
But don't go in thinking Joaquin Phoenix is playing the Joker that Batman battles.
Right.
He is not that Joker.
Not in this movie.
Yeah, that's what my homeboy was telling me. But yeah, man. Back on the crossover deal. So who's all seen Arrow, like episode 9 and 10?
I haven't.
You haven't? Okay, so spoiler. So I'm gonna jump to episode 10. Episode 10 pretty much just kind of wraps up pretty much everybody's kind of storyline as far as what they're doing. Just some key parts that kind of jumped off. Roy proposed to Thea because he didn't want to mess up what he had the last time on the other Earth, so he proposed to her. John Diggle was getting ready to leave, and he sees something going through the air like a meteorite, and it lands and it knocks him against his vehicle, and he goes over to it, opens up this box, and has a green glow to it. Yeah. Green Lantern, bitches.
Huh? That's another thing about I'll get back to that. I hate to get off topic, but I bring it up about Young Justice later with the Green Lanterns.
Oh, okay.
I just got some news myself. I don't know if this is fake. I need to go find some more research, but Disney Plus just not added, but has an upcoming live action film that I would find very interesting if they pull it through.
Are you talking about Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. I just hope we don't have a Sonic situation with Lilo.
I mean, with
Stitch, I mean, my bad. I always get that crack confused. That's what I do every time. I've seen the movie, and I still get it messed up.
So you're not feeling strong about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
No, I am now. But before, I was like,
after they did the
research, I was like, bro, the only thing that's gonna say this movie is Jim Carrey. That's it. That is all.
Wait,
he might not even be it. I said, the only person that was able to say that movie with that messed up Sonic was Jim Carrey, and I said, even he might not even be able to save it.
No, yeah.
It's like, it's funny. It's funny though with that Sonic movie when people were protesting against how it looked. Jim Carrey came out, upset about like people voicing their opinion. I'm like, so, bro, you do realize, Jim, you do realize the motherfucker don't look nothing like the real Sonic, right?
He didn't grow. He wasn't playing Sonic when it was out. He don't know.
Y'all know what I feel like though.
He old enough to know what it look like though.
I feel like they should have got Jaleel White to play Sonic voice because he was the original Sonic voice. I feel like
that would have been cool. He's still voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I feel like they should have got him to play Sonic.
Who's Jaleel White? That name sounds so familiar.
Steve Urkel.
Oh, Steve Urkel. He was Sonic.
He was. Yeah, he was Sonic.
In a cartoon.
Really?
The one that came on ABC?
Oh, hell no, he ain't doing shit. Pete is
Come on, bro. You doing?
I mean, he's doing voice acting, dude. Like a lot of people, like Cree Summers and all of them. Like you may not see them on TV a lot, but they do a lot of voice acting.
I bet you this though. I bet you he tried out. He probably didn't get
it. Look. I'm saying this much though. Like I keep telling my homeboy, if speaking of like Young Justice and all that stuff, I keep telling my homeboy, I'm like, look, bro, if they do Aqualad, if Robert Rashad ain't the freaking Aqualad, I'm riding.
Bro, they got the same. Like for Cyborg played the dude that played Cyborg. He played his daddy. He played his Cyborg. Like they had him playing like 3 characters. And like in Young Justice Outsiders, they actually showed that Aqualad is no longer called Aqualad. His name Aquaman because the original Aquaman, King Orin, went back to run, Atlantis. He said he couldn't do both at the same time. But they actually show Aqualad is gay. Like they actually show him kissing another Atlantean, male Atlantean, and stuff like that. Like when I say that show is like
very mature.
Yeah, very mature.
Oh, DC. But yeah. Batwoman. Great segue. Her post-crisis. So, like I said before the show, I haven't watched it myself, but I'll give you kind of what a friend of mine told me. So, evidently what ends up happening is she ends up having 2 sisters now. Showed up on the version of her sister that's playing the bad guy in the show. Another version of her popped up from another Earth.
Oh, wow. And
in her version, she never becomes what's the name of her character that she is? I can't think of what it is. I'm freaking drew a blank. But yeah. So she ends up asking her, I thought you died. Or, but she said, no, you saved me. So on her Earth, when Batman pulled her out, she saved her. So there's 2 of them now, which makes it really interesting. So I know a lot of people's kind of like bagging on the show where it's like, oh, she just gonna fight her sister the whole entire time. It's like, but this makes it. I mean, with the
Alice, that's her name.
Alice, yeah. I don't know. I couldn't think of freaking Alice in Wonderland to save her life.
She got all like the little rabbits and stuff running.
Yeah.
Supposed to be like Alice in Wonderland.
Like, bro, just bring in the Mad Hatter as the villain because he is a villain for Batman too.
Yeah,
man, I would love to see that. That was one of like my favorite episodes from the animated series.
But you know what? That's what I've been saying. Like they steady be what I say about Batman movies. They keep recycling characters, but Batman got Clayface, the Mad Hatter, Man Bat. Like you got so many other characters you can use as villains in a movie.
Yeah,
and like it's really cool that they like revamped him for the Harley Quinn series, but I really want to see him in live action.
Man,
like, animation is perfect.
I know some of y'all have already seen Birds of Prey. I so feel that Black Mask would have been a perfect villain for perfect villain for Suicide Squad versus who we got. That would have been perfect. I feel like
I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but Black Mask, I don't know. I'll go into I don't know. I don't want to spoil it. I got questions on his sexual preference.
That is his his sexual preference is not that in the comic book. I can tell you that they made that just for the movie. Again,
but DC Strikes Again. And from what I know of Black Mask, I didn't think so, but that says a lot about how they did the movie. And I don't know if you want me to get into it, but
I mean, you can go ahead and get into it.
I don't know. I don't know if we ever brought it up. Like this was like before we got the trailer for this, and I know I was talking to Snapback about it, because somebody had leaked like a lot of information about the script.
Yeah, and we talked about it. We talked about it. Yeah.
So we did talk about it.
Yeah, I remember talking to you about it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to see, or though maybe you can give me.
So okay, so it's a girl power movie. That's what it is.
That's what I figured.
But
I heard it's good though. But it's a girl power movie though.
It's a girl power movie, but that would explain why they made Black Mass like that, in my opinion, because I think it makes it more digestible for women. You see what I'm saying? Because it just added to the whole girly theme of it. It's like, oh, I got the villain. He gay or whatever. I think that just made it more palatable for women. Because all in all, it was a girl power movie. Kudos to the ladies. They did an okay job. The action was somewhat somewhat believable.
I was confused with some of the casting of some of the characters that were played by some of the people. Aside from Canary and Harley Quinn, I'm like, Cassandra Cain. First of all, love my Asian
love
people.
you.
Love my Asian people. But first of all, Cassandra Cain ain't Asian. First part. And I can't see you playing Batgirl as the person that was cast as Cassandra Cain. Just saying.
That's just they had to hit the diversity quota.
Yeah, I know,
but they did it slick though. They did it slick. I like the way they did it because they didn't. It was a girl power movie. It was women's empowerment, but they didn't. And I said this in the chat, but like I felt like with Captain Marvel, they were pandering to women. Whoever was responsible for that, because they released it on International Women's Day. It's like a girl power. I don't know. That's my opinion.
You got to think about the era we live in now. We are in an era of women empowerment, and it's, a lot of women starting to feel like they taking their power back. Or
I like the way
getting their power. So that's to be expected, and I don't feel like it's nothing wrong with it. But some people feel like, yo, don't force that on me.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't feel like it's nothing wrong with it because
I don't either. But here's the
era of a lot of masculinity.
Here's the thing about it, though, man. I mean, okay, being this for those who may or may not have known or never known what the race of the people on this Nerdflow podcast are, we all black. So what I'm about to say is, dude, through at least just modern times, did black people do this? Like, just
What did we cause this?
No, not even cause it, but it's like, did we do this? Did we do the thing of like, it's black, it's black, it's black. It's literally that, or it's women, it's women, it's women. I don't have a problem with. Don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with women rights. That's I want like diversity, but it's like I hate the obviousness of it. Example: Batwoman. I bet the suit's gonna look. Hold on. I bet the suit's gonna look better on a woman. It's like, really? Did you really have to say that? Right. The show is called Batwoman. Of course, we gonna make the suit made for you.
It's a thing. It's such as toxic femininity, just like it's toxic masculinity.
We need to hear from the only woman that's on this podcast. Her opinion on it.
Yeah, no, we could definitely bring. I think that may end up being a topic for CP 2020, man. If we get if they make us do topics for that this year, I think that's probably going to end up being one of the main topics, because it's like
I said, man. I mean, you gotta look at the era we in, man, and it's a lot of stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure Black Widow movie is gonna be pushing those type of narratives too, but it's to be expected. And we live at like the original Teen Titans cartoon. That's why it didn't last, because they couldn't get girls to get involved in it. So you got to think about it. These movies and shows want to merchandise. They want to do merchandising. So if they feel like they can grab women and get women involved, they're going to do that. It's a hidden agenda to everything. But at the same time, you got to look at the fact that the era we in is this era of more women empowerment. So they going to put that out there, and they going let's just be honest about it.
I get it, do that, but I don't like the way like some you can do something and be kind of like, okay, we're gonna do this. Let's say, for example, if we actually did get a Bond movie or whatever, right? And you can do it and just do it and just keep it The same formula as like a Bond movie or whatever. But it's when you start.
Bond,
It's when you start doing like it's like again
Pandering.
it goes back to the Batwoman stuff. It's just like doing like saying little stuff. It's like somebody being petty saying stuff under their breath to you, and you in an argument and they say just like slick crap under their breath.
I mean, you can say the same thing about Charm too, and you know,
But Charm was
Supergirl.
but Charm was always women.
Yeah,
Now if you would have threw it now you know would have kind of like made some people mad if you would have threw a dude in there.
Mm-hmm.
Get what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm
But
not mad at this whole. I'm not mad at the whole scenario. Just don't pander. But even if they want to say they little, slick stuff, I mean, movies have been overtly masculine and ignorant for years.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting on my feminine feminine horse right now or soapbox, but I cut for the women. I'm like, whatever, y'all got y'all turn. Just don't pander. You know what I mean? Like, but like you said, the whole it'll look better on a woman thing, that might have been a little bit.
Yeah, it's like I don't have a problem with Batwoman being gay because that's canon to what Batwoman was. I get that, I understand that, but we want the reason why, for example, the reason why the Batwoman show sucks, and the reason why CW has this show on full episode 1 to the current episode that is on now, because they're struggling. They're trying to get more views and more eyes on the show, and they're not. But case in point, the reason why Flash has been the number 1 CW show for the past 6 years, you know what they don't have? They're not talking about homosexuality or anything like that. Right. I'm not saying that's negative or bad or anything like that, but that's the freaking Flash. A lot of people don't even know. Kid Flash himself, that guy's bisexual, but they don't try to write that into the show.
You don't gotta put it in your face. And
Thank you. The Flash is what the Flash is, and that's the reason why it's the number 1 show. Because every other show aside from the Flash has one element of that at some point somewhere in it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say if you're saying that, like, yes, Black Lightning has homosexuality in it because
the daughter, yes.
But you got to think about they could be pandering to black people too, because there's a whole lot of black issues in this show too.
Because I feel like in the first episode, the whole thing with the cop thing was really not really necessary.
Yeah, and like it's a whole lot of stuff dealing with race, especially dealing with Tobias, because Tobias is like the way he talks about black people and the way he talks about black women, like it's touching on a bunch of stuff that we talk about, amongst ourselves, but it's really touching on a lot of those things.
Yeah, you only get that if you in some cases I'm black, of course, but no, like I mean, I get that. I'm fine with like shows. Like I'm fine with shows like doing that. If you're gonna have a diverse superhero or anything like that, if that's all what they made them into in the comic book, whatever sexuality is, I'm 1,000% okay with that. But don't change it to fit a storyline that's not canon, because that's how you piss nerds off. That's how you piss off geeks and comic book nerds about content, because at the end of the day,
trying to just fit something in there.
Yeah, it's like at the end of the day, it comes down to like when it comes to comic book movies, and anybody will tell you this, and people agree to this. I want to know if anybody listens to this episode, hears this, respond to it, put in the comments, whatever. We want the content to be almost exactly, literally verbatim,
facts
on the screen. We don't want your input. We don't want what if this. No, I want picture comic book, and I want it in live action. That's what I want. Either that, or if it's from a nostalgia standpoint, case in point, X-Men, which is what probably damn near majority of the kids grew up on, especially kids that, people that are my age. We just want the freaking Fox animated TV show to be a goddamn movie. That's literally it. When you brought in the Sentinels and the X-Men, motherfucker, we just want y'all to go to fucking Genosha. That's it. It's literally it. Like, we ain't like, Y'all trying to reinvent the wheel, overthinking this stuff.
Ooh, because they showed the thunk apocalypse.
Yeah, y'all overthinking everything.
That alone, though.
Y'all overthinking everything, man. It's like, just give us what we want. If you want to do just like it's another thing coming up with Captain Marvel that they're hinting at, that she made, and it's like, if Captain Marvel does have a girlfriend in Captain Marvel, then okay, that's fine. But if she don't, or if she just one of those superheroes that just don't ever have a love interest, then don't ever let her have a love interest. Just let her just be straight up just whooping ass the whole entire time. That's another thing. That's okay. Every like superhero movie, every movie does not have to have a love interest or love scene.
But Hollywood though. Hollywood gonna throw a love interest in there.
We gotta get the girl to go to the movie.
Let me play devil's
this movie for your girl to go to the movie.
Let me play devil's advocate here. So if she okay, and maybe you covered this already. So if she didn't have a love interest in the comic book or whatever, and they added one, but the love interest wasn't gay, or just a heterosexual relationship, would you still be mad?
Not well.
The answer to that.
Well, okay. So the answer to that, if in the comic book she does not, and they add one, yes, because it still goes against what I previously said about sticking to the comic book and sticking to storyline. Yeah, sticking to storyline.
So
if you add something, you better execute it flawlessly to where I'm like, okay, you know what I mean. But otherwise, you're right, one for one, just like Sonic.
Let me just say
Sonic, man, like, nah, bro, take it back.
All right, so it says Captain Marvel does not have a love interest because she has something better, female friendship.
I just don't know what man to be able to handle all that.
Very true, but I mean,
Wonder
Woman done slayed several few, and I'm just saying, I feel like she's way stronger. Okay. I'm just saying though.
I found something else though. It says
like an ultimate battle to me.
It says depending on the universe, Carol Danvers has been involved with a few different individuals who already exist in MCU. She's dated Spider-Man.
Dang.
So she definitely can't date this Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is a player, man.
That's a freaky room right there.
I mean, she can't date this MCU. She dated Rhodey and
that's what some people said they wanted to do, and purely because does not like her in real life.
Who?
Don Cheadle. He can't. Wow. Like if you look at the interview, if you just looked up the interview for Endgame, like the little the little thing they always do when they're on Entertainment Tonight, they be with different cast members asking questions. Oh, he literally had the look of like, do not fucking touch me.
Wait, to Captain Marvel's character?
To Brie Larson, yes.
Brie Larson, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like
I don't know why, but I don't like Brie Larson either. I don't like her face. And she's probably an amazing person, but in my personal opinion, I think they should have casted Charlize Theron for Captain Marvel.
Well, y'all disagree with me, but she dated Rhodey.
But I mean, that's neither here nor there.
I mean, she doesn't bother me at all.
Hey man, look, she ended up liking looking like a chocolate black man. Then hey, we good.
hey, yeah, it was one of us. We cool.
Hey, one for the team.
But okay, so in that same token, I don't know. I haven't read any of the Luke Cage comics, but I don't think that they overtly say I'm black and I'm proud in there, or do they? I think didn't he have one? One of them comics had a comic with James Brown, or am I tripping?
Oh wow, that part I don't know.
Oh, that might have been Ali and Superman. Never mind. But I don't know if they overtly said anything about Black Power or anything like that.
But in the Luke Cage show, it was a lot. It touched on a lot of black issues too.
Right. But they didn't overtly say Black Power or nothing like that. But you first off, you can't deny us being black. You know what I mean? So
police and stuff, just like Black Lightning doing.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I was done on season.
They're going to touch on those issues that we're dealing with at this current time.
I was done on season 2 of Luke Cage. I didn't watch the rest of the season 2 of Luke Cage when he dabbed. because I felt that was overt niggerdom, and I didn't like it.
Say that again.
on season 1 of Luke Cage, flawless, beautiful show. Season 2, when he started embracing who he was, but the little kid caught him on camera and he hit the dab on him one time, I cut it off right then and there. It was overt niggerdom, and I didn't appreciate it because I don't think it was a black person in the writer's room doing that.
I'm Luke Cage.
First of all,
it's some hipster white kid doing that.
Most of the time, when stuff is hot to the rest of the world, it ain't hot no more to black people. Just FYI people.
Right. So the fact that he did that, I was like, you know what, done. I'm not watching the rest of the show. Y'all nasty. Anyway.
But yeah, man. So let's see, where are we? We've so off track. Craven casting for Spider-Man, rumored to be Mandalorian star Pedro. Ain't got no problem with that. I don't need them. He's hot in the eyes of like the Disney and Marvel people because Mandalorian did very well. So of course he may get casted for something else in the Marvel world. Of course they want to have him dip his toe in both sides. So
hold on, so you saying this is the same Pedro that's gonna play the main villain in the Wonder Woman movie?
Is he?
That's tight. That's true. That's tight.
Oh, that's right. He is in he's playing one of the gods. I can't think of what the name is that it is. But no, yeah, you are right. I did read that somewhere.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
Josh Brolin was Cable and Thanos.
Actually played multiple. I mean, hell, Ryan Reynolds.
Exactly. Well, in different points of time in the world before he offed himself.
Yeah, he did that.
Altered Carbon returns on February 27th with 8 episodes. I cannot wait. I'm kind of like a little bit okay, let's see how Anthony Mackie does. I like Anthony Mackie, but then at some points I'm just kind of like, maybe. But I can't wait though. I mean, have anybody here Altered Carbon fans?
I haven't checked it out.
It's good, man. I'm still trying to push my wife to watch it, and she can watch every doggone thing else on Netflix. I don't know why she won't watch this.
It weirded out my mom. I know because I tried to get her started on it, and I'm gonna have to go back.
Like, watch it, man. It's really, if you like anything like futuristic, like Blade Runner type stuff, watch it.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I went in thinking I was gonna see some like Black Mirror stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, this is not that kind of show.
Oh no, it's completely different. When I heard the synopsis, I think it was like when it came out to Netflix and somebody like kind of explained. I think it was like GameSpot or somebody kind of explained what the show was. I was like, this seems interesting. I want to watch this. And yeah, no, you get sucked in. It's good. You have to really pay attention though. I'll tell you that much. Disney Plus lineup got announced during Super Bowl. So what is it?
They're pushing some show up, right?
Yeah, both of the shows really got pushed up because I know WandaVision was supposed to be 2021, but that's 2020 now. I think that's August. Yeah. Mandalorian is October, and
I guess I can do August, but October is too long.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier is like November or December, something like that. I know it's online or somewhere. I just didn't write down which color, but I know it's somewhere. I'm trying to think, man. Anything? Let's see. Anything in gaming news? I know we said coronavirus is going to like potentially mess up stuff.
That's
an interesting one, and it probably not. If you really look at every year, you got bird flu, the avian flu, swine. All these diseases come out of China or somewhere. And, everybody get all in the uproar, and then 6 months later, like, oh, where'd it go? Or they got a cure or something. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it was reported that the coronavirus could potentially slow the production of the next-gen consoles because it's already halted the production of the Switch because the company Foxconn that manufactures a lot of the chips, they shut the offices, they shut the factories down, and then they extended it, and then they kept part of it open, and they shifted their focus from electronics to masks to surgical masks. So they're producing surgical masks now to try to get out the door or whatever. But yeah, it's just something interesting because I know both the next gen consoles are going to be on an AMD platform, and I think that's coming from China. I'm not sure, but among some other parts, not the entire thing, but it's a lot of stuff that does come from China. So that and whoever knows whatever other parts there they manufacture. But so that's just something interesting. They're saying it was maybe closer to the holiday season, which it was already close to the holiday season, but maybe November or something like that.
So this is kind of like we're in a weird state right now because I know the rumor was this week, which was like the 4th or the 5th, that some people were saying were rumored that PlayStation did their reveal for the 4 around the same time. That time is come and gone, and we still have nothing from PlayStation.
I mean, I saw an article in Forbes that showed
they put up a website to sign up for the PS5 info, but
no, but it was in Forbes magazine, the actual console for the PlayStation.
No, that's a dev kit that's been the one that has like the hollow end, the hollow part of it, like it's kind of hollow.
No, not that. It didn't look like that.
Huh.
No, it didn't look like that. The PlayStation they showed had rounded ends, and it's kind of like in a ninja star shape, almost like. It's like a square that's been shifted. Like it's like 2 squares that's been shifted where they like at angles. And I'll put it in the chat if I can find it again.
Okay.
But,
I haven't seen nothing. I don't take nothing, especially with like PlayStation.
I mean, Forbes is a reputable.
Yeah, reputable.
Yeah, but I don't really take nothing. I don't take when it comes to like console. I don't know why they always do this with PlayStation. Like of all the one, Nintendo don't even get this type of crap when it comes to like what the console look like. I don't take nothing gospel until I see it hit the PlayStation website. Honestly, or IGN is probably my most reputable source when it comes to video game news that it's gonna be legit. This is it.
IGN be kind of shaky though. Remember when they came out with that dude?
That dude. They fired it.
He faked the review or whatever. They be kind of IGN be kind of lazy.
Freaking stole a review from a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Shoot.
But I go to them too though. But
hey,
I go to the Burn and the other places. Kotaku maybe.
I ain't.
But
ain't nothing popping up. So,
but y'all did Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if y'all knew this. Final Fantasy VII, the exclusivity got, of course, pushed. Which that was like to me, somebody they wrote an article about. I'm like, duh, because they pushed the game.
2021 of
but it's supposed to be. So it's gonna be only on. If I read this correctly, it's only supposed to be on PS4 for the first year.
Which makes sense.
Then it'll roll out to the other consoles the next year. So that means, honestly, for Xbox players, they won't get Final Fantasy VII. You might as well play it on the Series X at this point.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Because what I'm saying is, like, I feel like Final Fantasy VII Remake should have been exclusively on PlayStation anyway, because that's what made Final Fantasy VII, the original, is what made the first PlayStation sell the way it sold.
Yeah, but I also have a feeling too. I know me and Dope, we have Xbox. I'm pretty sure this is how Microsoft got this deal that's on Game Pass currently right now, which on Game Pass this month they're about to get every single. I'm pretty much almost every Final Fantasy on Game Pass is coming out at the end of the month.
They already got 15 on there.
Yeah, 15 just showed up this week
on PC. On the PC. I don't know about on the console.
It's on the console too because I downloaded it. It's on the console too. Yeah. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that's probably how they kind of swung that deal for Game Pass, because like, okay, y'all gonna give 7 remake for PlayStation for a whole year. We want all the rest of them on Game Pass for. I'm pretty sure that's how they swung that deal on it. That's just, it only makes sense, honestly, almost, because if the game would have come out next month, but being it got pushed a month, it just kind of made sense for them to swing it that way. So the people on Game Pass got all the Final Fantasies on Game Pass probably till next year. I'm pretty sure until 7 comes out.
Yeah,
I would be highly shocked if it comes to Game Pass. That'll be a freaking
You cut out a little bit, Roti.
I did. Oh, okay, sorry. I said that would be be crazy if they got Final Fantasy VII to come to Game Pass, but
yeah, no, yeah, that'd be real nuts. I doubt it though, but yeah.
Hey man, they got Outer Worlds, and that came so left field for me.
Yeah, true.
And that was a lot of people don't even know.
But
like,
wait, do they? No, they don't own Obsidian, do they?
No, but that's
Microsoft?
Obsidian is owned by 2K. That's a 2K. That's a 2K studio actually.
Okay.
And I found that out after the fact. I didn't even know that. But yeah, they're 2K Interactive. Let's see, man. I pre-ordered Resident Evil 3 remake. I don't know why. I just did it. It was an impulse. But I was looking at the trailer. It just don't look as good as I hope. Even if some of the in-game footage, just to me, didn't look as good as RE2 remake. But I could just be tripping. But I'm interested. I'm interested to keep it going. I mean, of course, we know the story of what's going on with Jill. I think Whatchamacallit came out this week for those who play who are fans of Bayonetta and Vanquish.
Vanquish. Yeah,
I think I'm gonna get it just for Vanquish though, because I didn't really. There was a time where I wanted to play the hell out of that game. I never got into it as good as I wanted to.
Yeah.
Well, the only remake I've been waiting that's close to Resident Evil, I'm ready for just Parasite. Do me Parasite 1 and 8.
You cutting out? What'd you say?
I said I would like for them to do a Parasite Eve 1 and 2 remake.
I wish, man. Parasite and Silent Hill, man. But Parasite Eve was my game on PS1. Yes.
Yeah, that was my. Parasite
I was coming off the heels of the Resident Evil series, and I was looking for another fix. So I went down that whole survival horror rabbit hole. Dino Crisis, Parasite Eve, Silent Hill. So yeah,
like I had Resident Evil on 64. So when I got my PlayStation, I didn't.
People that I was tripping when I brought up Parasite Eve. So I'm glad that there's other people out here that's hyped about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was a great game.
It's a classic.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. I mean, let's see. Do we have anything else, y'all, before we head out for this episode or this issue?
Nothing really. Okay. I mean, ain't nothing really new popping off. February was a real slow month.
It was.
The dude that and speaking of some Black History Month shit, and I don't know his name. I guess I could have Googled it, but the dude that created the patent, I think, for the Super Soaker just got his 70 M's for that.
He just got his 70 mil. Finally got his money.
And he won his little.
And then they don't even make legit Super Soakers no more.
No, it'd be all different brands. But he won his money, and I'm glad, man. Glad.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, man. This is gonna bring this issue 127 to a wrap. First and foremost, Dope, where can people catch you at?
Man, y'all catch me at twitch.tv/TheDopeGamer. That's THEE Dope Gamer. I'm there Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Please tune in. Hit the follow button if you like the content. I appreciate the support.
All right. And then same thing for myself. I'm at twitch.tv/IamRoyaltyGaming. At this point in time, I've been streaming like every night, pretty much late night for the most part, but pretty much
I get the notification, but I'll be in bed.
Yeah, I'll be on from like
I want to tune in, but damn.
I'll be on from like most of the time 10 p.m. to like, and then 10 p.m. to probably like maybe 12 or 1 a.m. So if you're up late, come kick it with me. Young, you got anything? Abrario?
Like as far as like links?
Yeah.
Well, I'm always going to be Briario the Artesian on this platform. On my other platforms, I am always going to be Cedric the Creator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Was that Instagram and all that?
Well, right now it's just Instagram. I'm working on my Facebook platform right now, but you can follow me on there on Cedric the Creator on Instagram. I've got some upcoming designs, more artwork that's coming out, and I'm working on like projects for as far as clothing this for the future.
Awesome.
Cool beans.
Awesome.
Cool beans.
I'm really excited.
Yo, what you said, man? I don't think Young can hear us. I think it's what you call the acting.
I said, nah, I don't have any jump.
Oh, okay. All right, man. So we're going to bring this to a close, bring this issue 127 to a close. We will catch you guys on next week's issue 128 of Nerdflow Podcast. We out.
Awesome. Tink was in here.